Hey everybody, so we're at Saklikent?
Saklikent.
Saklikent. So that's a gorge behind us. So this is a really popular thing in the Fethiye region to check out. It's beautiful. And I guess, Julie, you think it's one of the deepest gorges in Asia?
I think so.
It definitely is in Turkey, and it's supposed to be really beautiful. So we're going through it.
So come check it out.
So pretty affordable. It's 13 Turkish lira each to go in, so 26 for the two of us. So what does that break out to, honey?
Oh my goodness, it's less than $1.
Like $1.50 for two of us, I think.
Yeah, plus the parking was 40 Turkish lira in case you have a car. So very inexpensive. And then if you need water shoes because you didn't pack them, our friend just bought some for 60.
Yeah, so we brought ours with us, but yeah, they're very affordable if you need them. So this is what the shoes are that our friend bought to come across the water and the rocks. So here they have hard hats to wear, but I don't see anybody else using them. Now there are some safety things to be aware of when you're entering this canyon. First off, you don't go if there's a chance of rain. Obviously you don't want to be stuck in a gorge if there's a flash flood. The first 500 meters of this trek is very accessible, so even if you're disabled, there's a route to get you to the beginning of the gorge, and this walk along this wooden walkway is very pretty. Pets are allowed, but I would not take them beyond this first area with the walkway. So this is beautiful, and this is just the beginning of the walk. I mean, we're literally steps into this.
Well worth a visit.
Just outstandingly beautiful, and just the water just absolutely gorgeous, isn't it?
It is.
Just breathtaking. That's a couple hundred meters up to the top of these canyon walls. So after the first 500 meters, it's safe for children, and then the first 1,500 meters, I believe, are okay for adults. After that, you're supposed to have professionals that come with you. And there's river rafting or inner tube rafting further down. When you're in a beautiful place like this, you gotta do one thing. Kiss the one you love.
Gorgeous.
Yeah. Look at that. Coming out of the rocks. Look, honey. Really, coming out of the rock. Coming out of the rock.
That's so cool.
That's right out of the rock, everybody. And what did you just say?
I said it's freakishly beautiful.
Freakishly beautiful. I agree. Look at the bubbling up out of the rock. Wow, you know, you've got a gorge to go explore, but it would be so easy to just stay right here. If you're new to the channel, Julie and I were traveling the world with our two dogs, trying to see what it's like to actually live in different places and sharing our experiences and expenses with you. So please give the video a like and don't forget to subscribe and follow along. The water's cold. You like that water?
Your face?
Going up the gorge. Oh, that water's cold. That water's cold, everybody. I'm holding on to the rope. Holding on to the rope. Risking my life and limb for you. Wow. Feet can go numb here. Julie is pulling on the cord. Whew. Yes, cold water, cold water. If you don't already know, Julie and I, we launched our website, warrenjulietravel.com, and if you go there to the services tab, you could get information on international medical insurance, the VPNs we like, and much more, so check that out. Harder to see here where you're stepping. Walk slowly Ah, getting soft sand. Getting soft. Ah. Ooh, just a trickle up here. Ooh, that's a sandbar. Wow, look at this. Just look at this.
This is amazing. I am so impressed. I mean, this is like so amazing. I imagined something, but this was not it.
Oh, this is like a movie set. There's times that I don't know if I want to show you guys things because I feel like maybe it looks like I'm showing off, but I just want to say, man, look where I am. This is beautiful.
So I just want to say that, you know, you usually have to come with more of a tourist kind of thing to do this, an adventure. But it's so nice to have a car because we drove here in, 45 minutes maybe?
Close to an hour, but who's counting?
Okay. Yeah, but super simple from Fethiye, and it's just great. And then we parked for 40 Turkish lira.
You will need GPS. Signage is not that great. So Saklikent Canyon is recognized as the longest and deepest canyon in Turkey. Now, facts in some websites, it's a little confusing, but it's also stated that it's the second largest canyon in Europe, and I'm not quite sure how that works out because it's in Asia. And the length of the canyon, depending where you look, is going to be 18 kilometers or 19 kilometers in length. And the height is up to 1,000 meters on the walls of this canyon at some places. And there's numerous waterfalls and over 18 caves through the course of this canyon. And if you start at the beginning of the canyon to the end, you'll drop 720 meters. So it looks like there's old cave painting from prehistoric people all the way back from 2022. If you plan on eventually doing this trek, please make sure you do bring water shoes. Don't let the amount of people here in the scenery fool you. It can be very slippery and there could be some hazards out there. And if you don't have the proper footwear on, it's not going to be a pleasant journey for you. So please make sure that you have something with some traction to give you that safety. You made it so far.
Even though they're pet friendly, I have to say, this would have been a little tough with the girls.
Yeah, it's a good thing we left them home. So I've been watching this glimmer of sunlight as we've been coming down the gorge. It looks like a little shiny beacon from heaven. So we're finally going to go and hit some sunlight here. But it was just so beautiful to be walking up towards that sunshine. Okay. Look at this, coming into the sunshine. Wow. The water's pretty murky, so I don't know the depth. Got this little waterfall here, and yeah, it gets down pretty deep. It looks like maybe I've got to walk behind this rock to make the safer way in. Slippery on the feet, so we'll take this other way around the backside. So climbing up that little area there was a little bit difficult. I had to give Julie a hand, and I had to be pretty careful with my footing. The rocks are really slick. If you're new to the channel, Julie and I, we are traveling with two dogs. We slow travel. We retired early to see the world, and we are traveling with two dogs. We try to show you what it's like to actually live somewhere. We spend 1 to 3 months in a location. We try to show you what our groceries cost, our Airbnbs, and expenses. We'll do expat interviews and talk with people that are living there as foreigners typically. And will oftentimes reach out to residency experts and real estate experts. So if you haven't already, please subscribe, give the video a like, and join us on our journeys. Now we also do the tourist things as we're doing today, so we also have our adventures. So we hope we'll give you a well-rounded experience and knowledge of a place that you might want to live in or move to as either an expat or as a nomad.
So in between the rocks right here, you put your feet in there and it's not so hard.
See, that water with it being murky, you don't know the depth, so you're advisable to shuffle your feet when you're coming through and not knowing where the drop goes in and where the sandbar lays. Yes. So there is a bit of inconsistency. Look at that little rock formation behind me. That's you know, would have been interesting to have that coming down right above you and having it stop right there.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the point where I guess if you're an amateur, you're not supposed to go too much further. But look at that right there. So the sign says, please do not enter the canyon without the guide and help. You can pass the water, but in the canyon you will need help and guide. Note when you arrive, there is a waterfall inside. Now I know that sign did not read perfect the way it should in English, but the point was conveyed. We didn't know if we were being brave or just dumb, but we wanted to go forward and see what was inside beyond the sign. And it really was getting pretty, and it seemed like the further we went in, the deeper we went, the prettier and more beautiful things were. One thing we realized as we worked our way through this beautiful area, and we had to sometimes struggle to go up over rocks and through some deeper puddles, we knew that we had to actually go back the other direction. And in some regards, when you're going up a climb, it's sometimes harder to go back down, especially when you have slippery rocks and slippery surfaces. So we were very cognizant about the safety of returning the other direction. We kept pushing forward as far as we can, as long as we thought it was still safe for us to progress. This is a nice adventure. This probably a very well spent 75 cents each.
Oh my gosh, this is amazing. You have to come. If you come to Fethiye, it is a must. Spend the money, get on a tour bus, and come.
As long as you're able-bodied. The first 500 meters you can be on crutches. So we're turning around at this point here. It goes on for like 19 kilometers and there's maybe a big waterfall somewhere in there, but this is as far as we're gonna get today. We're just worried some of these rocks are starting to get a little bit slippery, and we got the dogs at home and we're like, if something happens to us, who's gonna take care of the dogs? You got there, huh?
Yeah, but it's not a good thing.
Do you want to come back up?
I don't think I can.
I can hold your hand up. Okay, well, we did make it back down. It was a little bit more difficult to go the reverse direction. Now, after our hike, we went to a restaurant that was nearby. Julie had found it was supposed to be a popular place with people on Instagram to go do photos and stuff. And by the way, we do have an Instagram account as well as Facebook. And if you go to warrenjulietravel.com, you can find our links to our pages there, or you can look for Warren Julie Travel on Facebook or Warren_Julie_travel on Instagram. Is that your throne for the meal here with us?
This is awesome.
But you're a little high from the table. They're gonna have to have a long fork.
Everybody's gonna have to try this. This feels fabulous.
What's the name of this restaurant?
Paradise.
Paradise?
Yeah, Paradise Restaurant. Saklikent Restaurant, Paradise Park. Trout and one Turkish tea.
Often when we go to restaurants, I share the menu so that you can see what you may have ordered. Now, we're in Turkey and things are typically fairly inexpensive. This restaurant is, by all counts, going to be more expensive than the normal restaurant you're going to find away from the tourist area, so be warned.
This is so fun. I saw this online and I thought we have to go here. And yeah, it is more expensive, guys. If you're on a budget, this is going to cost you more, but it's awesome.
Just having Julie here makes the place a little bit more beautiful.
Oh, gosh.
And by the way, if we look funny, we're on these like really tiny tables where like you're sitting down, like see like that. Julie sometimes tries to be the cup half full person.
Even though it cost us a little bit more, this actually is a big cup of chai for 18.
The 18 Turkish lira here, and we've seen it as low as like 5 Turkish lira some places. I think the average is going between 8 and 10 Turkish lira for a Turkish chai, but
they're much smaller.
That's a bigger than normal.
Yeah.
So Julie and my friends got their food, but I was forgotten apparently. So it looks like they forgot my fish, but I had enough between the hummus and the bread, and Julie's had this big chicken breast, and so yeah, we're not going to stick around for my fish. But our friend,
I shared it.
No, our friend had a fish though, and she apparently liked it. So I guess we could say that the fish here is good, but I'm content with the hummus and the bread that we had, and she had the chicken, and the ambiance here is really nice. So now I guess the next step is to see what this costs. So our total was 210 Turkish lira, and so again they forgot my food, but that's fine. One thing to be aware here is they actually charge their customers to use the bathroom here. So I walked up to their bathroom and they said, oh, it's over by the parking lot. You got to go through a turnstile and put change in. So I thought that's a little bit cheap. First time I've seen that one. So to summarize the restaurant experience, the food was okay if you got your food. Unfortunately, sometimes waiters want to try to impress you with their memory skills and they don't write things down. The food was okay by everybody's accounts, but it wasn't everybody's favorite. And the whole thing with charging to use their restroom was kind of a big turnoff. We rather just go somewhere else and pay somebody else to use their restroom and not pay to use the restroom at the location we just had a meal. What do you guys think about that? Okay, so it's 200 Turkish lira to do the 45-minute tour down in an inner tube. You would launch right over here and down the river you would go. So anyway, we are heading back to the car now, and we're staying in Fethiye in the area here of Turkey for 40 days. And then we'll head off to Antalya for 40 days, and we'll be sharing our experiences and expenses here in Turkey in our upcoming videos. So we hope that you're going to subscribe and follow along. So as a reminder, Julie and I, we're traveling the world with our 2 dogs. We're trying to share our experiences and expenses and show you what it's really like to live somewhere. And we slow travel, staying 1 to 3 months in a location typically. So once again, we hope you give the video a like, subscribe, and until next time, have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.